Chemistry is one of the general syllabuses which will be on offer for the first time in Queensland in 2019, and it's one of the science subjects that we offer at Chancellor State College. Reason behind studying chemistry might be one of the reasons that's on the screen currently. These are the rationales as given by the chemistry syllabus of Queensland. It's suggesting that you may study chemistry to develop your thinking, to be able to cope with some complicated conceptual models, which will help you to predict the world around you. Chemists critically evaluate these ideas through experiments, and so the results of their experiments inform new models, and those models lead to the design and creation of brand new materials to change the world around, so it's pretty exciting. Here are some Year 11 students at Chancellor on a visit to the pharmacy labs at the University of Queensland. These students are just about to make up a paste, a pharmaceutical paste. This is one of the many opportunities that our students have to interact with authentic learning experiences in chemistry. So the syllabus itself is divided into 4 units. The first 2 units are foundational, which means that they will be studied before Units 3 and 4. Units 3 and 4 are the ones where the assessments that will contribute towards your final grade come from. So I'll just give a little bit of background for each of the units. Unit 1 happens to be about structure, properties and reactions. So you might be dealing with some molecular structures. This one's quite famous. I wonder if you can identify it just from the shape. And I'll move on to the next unit, which will follow, which is called molecular interactions and reactions. One example of molecular interactions is on the screen, and again I'm going to ask you the question, which is ice and which is water, and why does one float on the other? And if you're interested in that kind of question from the way that the molecules are interacting, then this unit might well really engage your curious side. Now Unit 3 has 3 topics really that make it up. One of those topics includes the thermite reaction, which you're seeing on the screen. Doesn't look very exciting until I bring a picture in. We like to use this reaction. It's pretty vigorous, pretty exciting, and it's a redox reaction. The last of the 4 units covers structure, synthesis and design, and the context of this features a lot of the organic chemistry, the chemistry of carbon, the chemistry of life. So you can see a molecular structure for penicillin. You can also see the effect that penicillin has, so the penicillin mold causing an antibacterial effect in the petri dish. Pretty cool stuff. Now, chemistry is a subject that you can study at various levels, from school all the way through to degree, to master's, to doctorate. There are lots of careers at each of the levels which involve chemistry, as the graphic shows. Again, I'm not going to read it to you. I'm just going to illustrate one more, which you might have missed, and that is chemistry teaching. I might be revealing a personal bias. And you can see Emma and Annalise at the 2025 Careers Expo doing a stall of chemistry, which proved to be very popular with a lot of the younger visitors, as you can see. So we're coming to the end of this introductory video. Just going to go through the assessment with you, what's expected, what will be run. You can see on the screen Units 1 and Unit 2, formative assessment has been blobbed with the little dot. That means that the school will run a programme of assessments prior to reaching Unit 3 and Unit 4. They're quite likely to resemble Unit 3 and Unit 4, so I'll just describe them next. Summative internal assessment 1 is a data test. The questions in a data test focus on analysis, interpretation and evaluation as the important verbs. Then there's a student experiment, which is very focused on generation of a research question, going from that research question into the modification of a procedure the students are already familiar with, and then carrying out that procedure, getting some data and evaluating the data and reaching a conclusion. So that's your scientific process, and then we really repeat that in IA3, except that in this case the research investigation is secondary data. So you're looking at professionally published scientific reports, and you're actually analysing data that other scientists have published, and you're evaluating that. So together those three tasks come to 50%, and the final 50% is an examination which is set externally, so the school does not control that. We instead expect our students to master the syllabus content of Unit 3 and 4 in readiness for that examination. So I welcome you to the world of chemistry. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you found it informative.